We're back now with more on the race for the White House. No matter who wins, Obama or McCain, a world of troubles awaits the next president. U.S. relations with Russia, for example, are strained after that country's recent fight with Georgia. The stakes are high and the risks are real, as NBC's Jim Maseda reports now from Moscow in our series, Hotspots.
From day one, no hotspot will be more critical for the next U.S. president than the new defiant Russia, now flying its strategic bombers to bases in Venezuela, drawing closer to America's antagonist, Hugo Chavez. This Russia, rich with oil, is full of its victory last month over Georgia, a U.S. ally.
The Russians believe that they can flex their muscles, they can make demands. And they perceive the European Union and America to lack the willpower to resist them.
What happened? An angry Russia says it's through with bowing to Washington's agenda, the basing of NATO missiles near its border, or encouraging ex-Soviet states like Georgia and Ukraine to join NATO, its former enemy. This Cold War mentality dominates the thinking of some American diplomats. It's a shame, Russian Prime Minister Vladimir Putin said recently. The West, meanwhile, sees Russia's invasion of Georgia as part of an ominous land grab. Last week, Vice President Dick Cheney called Russia's attack an act of brute force.
The international community is united in deploring Russia's military action and condemning its unilateral efforts to alter by force of arms Georgia's internationally recognized boundaries.
But the Kremlin and most Russians see a very different picture. From their view, it's the West, especially the Bush administration, who are to blame, answering every handshake offered up by Russia over the past decade or more with, they say, a slap in the face. Putin was personally instrumental after 9/11 in opening Central Asia to U.S. bases for the war in Afghanistan. But instead of respect from America, say Russian analysts, he got pro-Western revolts, first in Georgia, then in Ukraine, and in August, Georgia's attack on South Ossetia, the last straw. Putin accused the U.S. government of orchestrating them all.
Americans would say, you've got a complex, you've got an inferiority complex, it's not, you perceive it completely wrongly, and this problem will go away.
But it never did, and relations only soured.
I think it was a very painful divorce after a very unhappy marriage.
Now, some are calling it a new Cold War.
A redefined Cold War, but nonetheless a state of hostility between what the West wants to achieve and what Russia wants to achieve.
Leaving the new U.S. president to face an era of chilled relations, or worse, more confrontation, in a standoff that was supposed to be history. Jim Maseda, NBC News, Moscow.